All right. All right. I'll edit that first part out. It's fine. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
So, what's your name?
My name is Morgan Landry. I'm a freshman studying integrative biology.
Awesome. Can you spell your name for me?
Morgan, M-O-R-G-A-N, Landry, L-A-N-D-R-Y.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And do you consent to being recorded an interview?
I guess.
Awesome. So you said your major was what again?
Integrative biology.
Okay. And you're a freshman. Awesome.
Yes.
So this interview is going to be about technically AI and journalism, but I'm going to ask you some before questions just to get your base knowledge, and then we're going to dive into it. So what is your experience using AI?
I mean, I definitely use it. I think it's a really helpful tool. I just try to do so sparingly. I think it's very helpful academically, to generate practice questions, give a different way of, if you're confused on a topic, you can ask it to explain it to you in a certain way. That's really helpful. Yeah, I use it for just confusion in school.
Right.
I try not to use it too often just because of its environmental impacts, but
that's good. How do you feel about students in general, like college students using AI?
I think it's completely fine to a certain extent. I mean, obviously there's the environmental impacts. AI is detrimental in so many ways. It's an amazing tool, and it's insane that humanity has created something like that, but I think it's also something that needs to be used cautiously, and I think that a lot of students don't exercise that caution, and I think there's an issue with that. I know a lot of students tend to plagiarize work, and obviously that's problematic. It's ruining brains. If you don't use the muscle, it's going to atrophy, and so it can cause just brain wasting, I guess. But I think that if you use it wisely, generating practice problems, using it as a study tool, giving your essay saying, does this meet the requirements, checking without creating, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But again, used sparingly.
And you've alluded to these environmental issues. Do you want to go a little bit deeper on that?
Well, I mean, AI's use of water genuinely makes me feel sick to my core. The fact that it takes so much fresh water to cool these computers down, we're gonna run out of water.
Right.
At the rate that we're going, we're gonna run out of water. The carbon footprint AI is creating, it's scary. It's scary, and I think people are more excited about the innovation than what it is doing to humanity.
Right.
It is so cool, but it is killing our future as a species. The environment beyond water and carbon, animals are dying because of the byproduct of this water.
Right.
The water is no longer clean once it's used to cool down computers.
Right.
What do you do with that water? It's not like they're just gonna it impacts so many trophic levels.
Yeah.
It's scary.
And how do you think it affects based on major for kids? We talked a little bit on college. We talked a little about environment. Now, do you think it depends more on major? Do you think STEM students should get to use it more because it's more math based? Do you think science students use it more for pre-med, because it's been amazing in the development of hospitals and pre-tests to check for cancer and Alzheimer's and things in advance? Do you think that they should get more practice? Do you think they should be allowed to use it more than say creative students, liberal arts majors?
I don't think it necessarily needs to be regulated. I think AI use should be regulated as a whole.
Right.
But I don't think that depending on your major, it should be regulated. That feels like it could be problematic.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should use it when you need to. STEM students, more practice problems to be generated, sure. But we're not writing essays that need to be, typically, we're not
Right.
writing essays that need to be, that are being checked against a rubric. So, liberal arts students that are probably writing more, it's not like their uses for AI aren't valid, right?
Right.
It just, because they're choosing a more creative outlet in terms of like their major,
Mm-hmm.
they should use the creativity that they have in their brain because they chose to. So
Right.
like checking your essay, making sure it meets the grade requirements, making sure that there's not like major grammatical errors, making sure that everything's in the right format, who cares? But if you're out here fabricating and plagiarizing, that's when things get iffy. But that is iffy for STEM students and for liberal arts students.
Got it. So, I'm touching on that. Specifically, this interview is going to be more based on journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it is okay for journalists, we'll start off as journalist students. Do you think journalist students should be using AI ever?
I don't see why not. I
Okay.
mean, I don't think it's fair to be like, as a journalism student, you can never use AI. At this point, the way that it's integrated into so many parts, like, of our lives
Right.
in college, to say that you can never use AI, that's stupid. Obviously, you're going to be using it, but I think that there should be probably more guidelines. Like I
Yeah.
said before, format,
Right.
grammar, stuff that is only technical, that isn't. What makes journalism so important is the fact that it came from humans and that it's about humans. Obviously, there's going to be biases, right? Like, that happens, but like, AI is programmed to go one way or the other, like, just depending on how they've profiled you, right? So it's like, you're not being authentic to yourself when you use AI to write something, but also like you're creating a stronger bias in yourself and those who you're trying to reach.
Right.
And I think a big part of journalism is being able to be unbiased, and I think that's the dangerous water you kind of get into when you stop using your own work.
And what about not for writing? What about for image creation?
No.
Video creation?
I mean, I don't think that it's necessary. Like, you don't need AI to do everything for you. I think that you can probably find a picture on Google and go into Canva and edit the picture. Like, you can do that yourself without having to use AI to do that and waste the world's resources in a crazy way. You can, if it's a video, you can go to iMovie